Hey everybody, happy Sunday. It's beautiful here in Melbourne and in typical Sunday mode. I am coming to you guys 29 days in a row, talking about this world of publishing, promotions, marketing, girl math, all that sort of stuff that we've been talking about this month. So I have got a little bit of an insight around the question that often people ask me, how much will it cost me to publish my book? And this is like a very interesting question, because in order for you to work out where you sit, you also need to figure out how much help do you need. What type of help? Are you willing to do some things on your own versus are you willing to, do you want it all done for you, right? So how long is what is that piece of string? That's the saying. I always get these sayings wrong. So I want to break it down to you into 4 different categories that I see publishing a book can happen, and give you price ranges. And by the way, the first thing I want to reframe for you is not thinking about this as a cost. Okay, if you think about something as a cost, you feel like you're losing money, right? We talked about girl math yesterday. So often, not often, all the time in my life, I am now moving away from using the word cost to using the word investment. Because when we're making an investment, we feel like we're going to make money, right? I don't even feel like the clothes that I'm wearing are an investment in my appearance and how confident I feel and how I feel, the way I look and all that sort of stuff. So let's break this down. Because can you publish a book for free? Well, yeah, you can. Some people have come up to me and said, I published my own book. I use Microsoft Publisher or something like that on the computer. Or I wrote a book and I converted it into a PDF. That is a world away from a professionally published book. So be very, very careful if you're going to go doing it yourself, that you don't take away from your credibility. Because doing it purely by yourself means that if you're doing it for the first time, you really don't know what you don't know. That's why I also developed an 80-point checklist for budding first-time authors to figure out what they don't know, right? And so let's go to the next level. You're spending up to $1,000 to $2,000. I've had a lot of people who come to my seminars saying, I published my own book. And again, this level, $1,000 to $2,000, it's still a do-it-yourself approach. You got to find the people, editors, designers, cover. Usually people upload their books by themselves on Amazon. And ends up being, I've seen a lot of these types of books and they end up being a really crappy layout. They're just very average. Still something that someone's done at home by themselves without the knowledge of the publishing industry, and kind of put it together, and for some reason Amazon has accepted it. I see a lot of people, and they've told me this, because a lot of the time I end up fixing these books. Hey Debbie, nice to see you on the call. So a lot of the time I end up fixing these books where people are only investing $1,000 to $2,000 to get it done. So they've kind of hired a couple of experts, but then done the other things by themselves, because certainly we can do stuff ourselves. But again, the quality, you can tell it's a self-published product, probably has a lot of mistakes, probably the layout and the cover looks really not well centered and things like that. Okay, so that's kind of the first level. So the free level, you've done it in your bedroom and printed it and you think it's a published product, but it's not really professionally published, right? The second level, I can do it yourself. So this level 1 to 2,000, you may invest in an online course that teaches you how to do it by yourself. You're following modules. So really there's no one actually hand-holding you. Let's go to the next step up, which is somewhere between the $5,000 to $10,000 level. The $5,000 to $10,000 level, this is where you can buy a publishing package alone. This is not you being taught how to structure your book, what to put in there, how to organize your information, how to create it so it has marketing savviness within it. It's purely the publishing component. So say professional editing, layout, design, ISBN numbers, uploading on your behalf onto the various platforms and things like that. So this is assuming that you can write your own book, that you're confident in your writing, the structuring and all that kind of stuff. So it's purely a publishing package. Okay, this is how I got my very first book done, the 7 Ultimate Secrets to Weight Loss. And I didn't know what I didn't know. So I did have very crappy structure. I didn't know very much about marketing savviness, so I didn't have any calls to action. Nothing that actually would drive people. The book didn't drive business to my business. And so I missed out on all of those things, right? Because I didn't know all the extra little things I should be putting in there. I was disciplined enough to finish writing the content, but I did not have the savviness, the structure, the sexy and marketable words, the very well written blurb and all that. So I just purely bought a publishing package. So that's that $5,000 to $10,000 level. And it depends. 5 if the book is smaller, 10 if it's quite a heavy or large book and things like that, right? Let's go up now. Next level of publishing costs. Next level would be somewhere between obviously the $10,000 to $20,000 level, right? And I would probably say 15 to 20,000 range. And this is where you will have received some one-on-one support around structure, around having guidance in creating your content, maybe being in a community with others and learning and being held accountable. So it adds on that structure and accountability aspect that's missing through just purely publishing. And also at this level, you will have your publishing package included in it. Yeah. So just to give you, if I can backtrack a little bit, at that first level, 1 to 2,000, we have what we call our Ultimate 48 Author online portal. And people who come into that, they need to self-pace through it, do all of that. But when they're finished writing, they still need a publishing package, right? At the second level, we have got our Ultimate 48 Author, Ultimate World Publishing, purely publishing packages. And when we do work with publishing clients, we give them the online portal so they can have that guidance, at least with writing, but they still got to do the writing themselves. And then now this third level we're talking about with our Ultimate 48 Author retreats is where it's like we're taking care of everything: structure, accountability, publishing, and then leverage. So education on marketing and sales and promotion. I mean, there's some of my authors listening right now. They can attest to that. All of those extra bits and pieces that go around, not just publishing your book, but getting it ready and then getting it out into the world and actually monetizing it. That will belong at those $15,000, $20,000, $25,000 levels. I'm talking, by the way, Australian dollars. So that's that. Now there's more. Right? There's beyond that. We don't do that in-house at our end. So $25,000 and above, sometimes up to $100,000. Those levels are where you might end up engaging a ghostwriter and people who are doing the marketing for you. So a $100,000 package might have a certain amount of marketing done for you, someone interviewing you and writing you the whole content, the publishing package included, like all of these. So kind of, you think about it, are done for you. You do nothing. You get what you pay for, and you kind of put it out there, and it's easy. I'm not the biggest fan of the most expensive level. Why? It's because actually ghostwriting oftentimes can mean you have to be interviewed and then be spending quite a lot of time with someone who's going to write your content, which means you're really, at the end of the day, not saving as much time. So I'm a bigger fan of the third layer, which is where I've seen the most success, I guess, with myself, with my authors. And that's why I value that the most, where you can smash out your structure, you can speak out your book, can be transcribed, then you do the cleanup and go into publishing. So where we're seeing our authors come through within 3 to 4 months with their books, when they really, really, truly focus and get it all out there. And then they can focus on the marketing and sales. Sometimes when you're starting out, getting everything done for you is probably not the best thing. Why? Because you don't learn too much through the process. But the thing is, if you have your story, your passion, your expertise, and all of those things, you want to be sharing those with the world, right? And you want to be externalizing what you've got there. So I think certainly done for you approaches are great and save us time, but when we're more experienced, we can get more out of them. I think you've got to get your hands dirty, first of all, when you're starting out as a newbie. You've got to get your hands dirty, pound the pavement, get out there, talk about your message, talk about the story, because that's what people buy into, is your passion and energy around the topic. I mean, look at me sitting here in front of you 13 and a half years later since I started in business. I'm still doing my live streaming, doing support calls, doing my seminars, still delivering that live. Those are sales and marketing activities that, are so powerful coming from the person who believes in their own message. It's such a different vibe. Can I talk about vibe? Yeah, because sometimes I've had my virtual assistant post on social media. I have got an email marketing person that also writes emails for us. But for the last 30 days, I have personally written every single email. I have personally come on a live stream every single day. When I do my live seminar, I'm there. People can feel my vibe. And when people can feel your vibe, and certainly all of those things when we outsource and delegate are powerful because there's only one of us, right? But don't expect the conversion rate and the returns on investment to be as high as when you are doing your own stuff. When you're doing your own stuff, there's this energy you've put, you're connected to it almost. I don't know what it is, but I swear to God, I have seen it time and time again. I have outsourced and delegated. I've got a virtual assistant. I've got and when they do stuff for me, we get results. But when I get down to business and I'm doing the things, I'm doing the direct stuff, that it's time consuming. I don't have time to always be on a live every day, every single month, ongoing. However, when I have done that, this is why also you would have seen me post. We had the most successful business since we started 13.5 years ago. So reached a whole other level. And that's when I often I go, if I feel like, things have been quiet, I go, okay, let's go. And then things start to develop. So anyway, that's my insight. I think our vibe has a lot to do with how we attract. And don't ever expect anyone, if you're the face, you're the whatever of your business, the main person in your business, don't ever expect that anyone can get the results as well as you do, because you're you and you started probably from you. However, other people can certainly help you, and it's just a different kind of conversion rate that's going to be achieved. All right, so hopefully that's giving you insight around how much will publishing a book cost you. If you didn't catch the beginning of this and you started watching, go back to the beginning, watch the start. As I said, there's a different price range that you can do stuff, and you can even do stuff for free. However, quality is going to equal the investment and the experts that you've hired to help you. All right, people, that's me for this Sunday. We've got 2 more sleeps until our 10-year anniversary month ends. I've already been on 3 phone calls today. By the pool, chilling out. It's beautiful here in Melbourne. If you haven't talked to me or our team, this is it. The final 10%, 2 more days off. I wrote an email today about how Costco practices girl math. So watch out for that email. I think it's going to come out tomorrow because it's so true. Don't you think? I said, when you go to Costco, we go to a trip. Mum and I went yesterday. We go to a trip twice a year. And we buy toilet paper, tissues, all of that, those things that always run out. And we have a big garage, so we just stack them up in there. And then when you go to get more and replenish your house, you go to the garage. I feel like I'm getting stuff for free, girl math at its best, right? All right, my people, I will talk to you guys tomorrow, second last day. If you're still watching and listening and curious, jump on board, contact us, and we can set you up on something to start helping you get that book into reality and save you some money before the 10-year anniversary specials end and before the price increase of 2024 comes into play, 1st of January. All right, talk soon. Mwah. Bye.